Has been in the national spotlight before for massive protests, and a local police expert is talking about what he saw in the footage coming out of Charlottesville today.
Carissa Plenelp is live in North Phoenix to give us his perspective. Carissa?
Right, he's a retired Phoenix police commander who managed protests at the height of the SB 1070 debate. He says the number one thing that these police agencies must do is to keep those two sides apart, because once protesters clash, it is a nightmare for officers and they are just left picking up the pieces. Jeffrey Hines says that first, police agencies must reach out to leaders on both sides to make sure that each side understands their rights and what they cannot do when they are protesting. Second is for officers to get to the site early on to establish that buffer zone between the two sides, because at that point it is easier to manage people who may get out of hand. Hines says many times there are what he calls splinter groups who want to agitate, they want to incite violence, and agencies must have a way of dealing with that.
The response teams immediately go to where those clusters happen and they make immediate arrests or to try to maintain the peace. They're on that because if you don't deal with it in a very assertive manner and with a response that can deal with the crowd that you have, you're going to lose control.
Well, what we saw in some of that footage coming out of Charlottesville is these militia members that look like police officers. Hines says that kind of costume can confuse bystanders, which will only create more chaos on the ground. Reporting live in North Phoenix, Carissa Plenelp, 3TV.